Huzzah! I'm Delia Marcellos Traster, owner of Phoenix Magic, home of a fine silver experience. This is part two of my interview with Mary Edwards of 7-Eleven Miracle Company, and also my full interview with Kelly of the Vintage Stop, both of whom you can find at Crafted at the Port of LA. How do you view adornment as it relates to you? Like you wear a very eclectic collection of different different things, and you have a propensity to wear what I consider whimsical things.
Yes.
Is that an expression of who you are?
Definitely. And it's also entertainment because I like to see how people react. It's fun and it's a great conversation starter if you're at a party. I have a Betsy Johnson necklace that I love, which is a monkey face, and it looks very much like Curious George. And every time I've ever worn that to any kind of social gathering, I always end up making a friend because somebody will walk up and say, I love that monkey necklace. And apparently the kind of people who like monkey necklaces are the kind of people that I get along with, right? Because we always end up having a great conversation. So I think that when you put something on, it is sending a message to the world. It's sort of like putting another face on you. You know, you're communicating to somebody something about your personality. So I like things like that either draw people in, they want to know what is that, or it's so interesting. And also, obviously, symbolic things. I have a Buddha, I have a aquamarine crystal, I have an angel wing.
That's some kind of crystal.
So,
too bad this is a radio show. I wish you could see that crystal because it's gorgeous.
And when the light hits it a certain way, it's got
six-sided crystal or five-sided?
Six.
Six-sided, yeah. Rock and roll. That's beautiful.
And I tend to lean toward things that I feel are protective.
Right.
For whatever reason. I'm not one of those people that thinks life is hard and dangerous, but I do tend to just be drawn toward things.
In our conversations, we've talked about being sensitive to the energies of others, and that sometimes the protective amulets, talismans, sometimes the aura that we project is about fending off the energy we don't want.
Yes.
And it's, finding ways to figure that out. It's almost like, I was thinking about adornment. What do we wear? And as you were talking, I'm also thinking about, so people
would communicate with everything, with color, with posture, with, whether when we make eye contact, we smile or look away. I mean, I think everything about our physical presence is a form of communication.
Yeah.
Maybe a lot of it we're not aware of.
Absolutely. And we can either build community in our life or we can fend it off.
Well, and certainly when you choose jewelry, that is a very definite choice. It's not like an accident, like you didn't quite know what your expression was when you made eye contact with it. Yeah. Sometimes you're not even aware that you're scowling or that you're smiling, right?
Right.
But when you put on a piece of jewelry, that's a choice. That's a definite statement of this is what I want to project to the world today.
That's really awesome. Oh, Mary, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Pleasure.
This is a lot of fun. I'm really enjoying this. And my next chit chat is with Kelly. She has a store here at Crafted also, and it's called the Vintage Stop. She specializes in vintage objects of art and furniture detailing and fabrics that are vintage, often out-of-print fabrics, which is really awesome. And she has also agreed to talk to y'all and me about adornment and her take on adornment. Go, Kelly.
Well, I think adornment is self-expression. It can be colorful. I think people appreciate color, textures, style, and it's all subjective what all of that means. And I must admit, I pressure people into colors, whether it's chartreuse or fuchsia, navy blue, or monochromatic, hues of beige. I like style. I particularly like the 40s. I do like the 70s. I do like textures, and I think adornment is textures. There's not ever enough color in my world of design. I don't have a design degree, but I have degrees in other things. And I've been doing this world of design for over 30 years. I came here on earth loving what I call design. And adornment is a word that I hold dear to my soul in very essence because I think it means style and self-expression.
That's awesome. That's awesome. How would you, because I always, we've talked about this before, you know, by the way, I'm friends with Kelly. And we've talked about that she has a very eclectic style when she's out and about. And she gets committed to how things go together as well. What do you think you share with people energetically
Well, I
by
think
what you wear?
I think people are fascinated with me because
I agree.
I'm a clothes hound, and I had such a different style on things. I like head wraps, perhaps because I've beat cancer 4 times, but I had a very, very, very suburban kind of mid-century style, jet black. I like Armani, I like gabardine, I like pearls, and I like a Prada shoes, very, very slick, very understated, but that was my signature look. And so since I've left that level of job, I like colors. I like chartreuse, I like fuchsias, I like taupes, I like browns, I like hues, I like stripes, and that's what I impose on my clients. And by imposing, I say, what do you like? And it's inevitable that people come and say, well, I sort of like red. I sort of like stripes. I sort of like botanical. And I said, well, why don't we go for a solid sofa and let's adorn your world with pillows that express yourself, because you can always, that are fabulously botanical, fabulous colors. You can do 2 tones, you can do the welt or the piping, you can embellish, you can do fun art, but it's your gig.
Yeah.
And big pieces, I really like solids, and I'm a cheer fiend, and I'm a pillow person. I like adornments.
I really love how you share your whimsical style in both the way that you dress and the way that you encourage your clients to consider. So it's okay to be brave and cross that line.
I tell them, I said, if you don't like it, I understand that, and let's go back and reevaluate, because nothing is in stone. And I'm really flexible, and if you absolutely don't like it, it can be changed. And I'll work with you, and that's the beauty of not being an ASAD designer. I don't impose. I don't impose.
You encourage.
But, yes, I love that word.
You encourage.
I encourage.
Give a gentle nudge.
Yeah, and so colors. I think it's the essence of the soul. Textures and colors. It makes me happy.
Yeah.
Colors make me happy, and therefore I think worldwide people are afraid of colors because they were taught bold colors, patterns mean you're wild. And I said, you've got one life. Do it.
Yeah, be wild.
Yeah, be
wild. A little wild, if that's what it really means. Be
because
a little wild.
in the thrust of the world now is in design, there's never enough color. And, West Elm, Thrive, Ethan Allen, there's enough that's monochromatic, taupes.
But taupe is a terrible color.
My mother, rest her soul, was a taupe person. Yeah. She was hues of taupe. And as a child, I've always liked chartreuse. I've always liked fuchsia. I've always liked orange. And,
Kelly, thanks so much. I want to just add too that Kelly encouraged me with the chair that we're having her redo for us, the princess chair for my daughter. It is chartreuse.
Yay!
And we're very excited. And it's not a color that I would have normally gone for, but it is greens, and different shades of green are my daughter's favorite color. And this was what Kelly presented, and I was like, yeah, let's just go for it. And I appreciate that she took time to consider the intention of this chair. The intention of this chair was for it to be my daughter's chair, and to be a place and a space where in our home will be my daughter's place and space. And there won't be dogs allowed on it, and there won't be cats allowed on it. That's just going to be her space to read, to do computer stuff, to do her homework, to do whatever works. And I think it's super valuable that in our consideration of all sorts of adornment, that we consider those sacred spaces within our home that are special and unique to us, that bring us rest or recuperation or rejuvenation and peace of mind after long, hot days. Thank you again, Kelly. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate your time. You are awesome sauce. I love you so much.
Cheers. Thank you.